Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of my new series and my first series by the block here in Chicago, where we're going to be riding around on my Honda ADV 150. It's a 2022 and, with 150 cc's. We're going to be riding around some of my favorite Chicago neighborhoods and talking about the real estate. We are here in South Lincoln Park right now, episode 1. And you're probably thinking, Jermaine, where did you bring us? We got a pile of trash over here, what looks like a decently abandoned trailer over here. But guys, right now we are in the neighborhood Lincoln Park, and specifically South Lincoln Park. So this land right here, about 15 years ago, it used to be an iron steel facility. They have since bulldozed, closed shop, bulldozed down all of the buildings, and this will be the new home of Lincoln Yards. And you're thinking, well, I've never heard of that neighborhood. It's a micro neighborhood within the bigger Lincoln Park, and the developer is Sterling Bay. In the distance behind these blocks of concrete, you can see that newer building right in front of us. That is one of the first buildings in Lincoln Yards. It is on the south side of the mini neighborhood, and on the north side right here you have the C.H. Robinson office building. They have a beautiful river walk over there and lots of cute places to have lunch if you're an employee. But this area, guys, will be redeveloped, only adding to the better part of the neighborhood. So as we leave this rat hole, which it truly is right now, and get into the nicer parts of the neighborhood, we're going to be talking about single-family homes. We'll be talking about townhomes and also condos. By the Block is really a mini-series. I'm not sure how long I will make it, guys, but we're definitely going to talk about at least 3 or 4 Chicago neighborhoods, and specifically buying a home in these neighborhoods, and really kind of what to expect and how I rank the neighborhood as well, guys. So in 1860, Chicago named the neighborhood that we are currently in Lake Park, which is a little bit interesting knowing that Lakeview is the neighborhood just to the north of us, okay? In 1865, the neighborhood was renamed and dedicated in honor of Abraham Lincoln's assassination. So now the neighborhood is known as Lincoln Park. Now, the neighborhood is home to such fine educational facilities, such as my alma mater here, DePaul University. It's also home to the beautiful Lincoln Park Conservatory here on the left, and of course, home to Lincoln Park, DePaul University. It's my alma mater. Oh my God, actually that used to be my residence hall right here on the left-hand side, guys. Pretty cool, living across the street from the library. And on the other side is the quad, but it's kind of fenced off right now because the grass isn't growing that well. See, after the protesters here that my other video on, they ripped out the grass and resodded it, but we don't get a lot of rain right now, guys. So we have to use our sprinklers, and we're asking people to stay off our lawn. So I've lived in Chicago for 15 years. 4 of those years I was at DePaul University, and this is actually in my off-campus apartment. We rented it. It was a 2-bed, 1-bath plus den. We rented it in the summer of 2011 to 2013. And it is a 3rd-floor walk-up. That's actually our unit right there. And at the time, we were being charged $15.50 for this rental. Now you can see the age of the building. I would say it's about 100 years old. But yeah, it was about $775 for me and my roommate Justin, and then later on John moved in with us. But I mean, this apartment building, while Justin and I dreamed to own it one day, it is just nestled in historic Lincoln Park. These are multi-million-dollar homes in this neighborhood, and specifically on this street as well. Honestly, I would argue Lincoln Park is one of the best neighborhoods because it's just home to a lot of, classic Chicago architecture. I would also say it's one of the safest neighborhoods. Guys, I'm not a licensed real estate agent, so I'm kind of just giving you guys my 2 cents and the knowledge I have of the neighborhood. I've lived in Chicago now for 15 years. This used to be one of my favorite restaurants, and it used to be called State. They have since redeveloped it to include rental apartments upstairs, and they're charging around $5,500 and calling them penthouses. I have seen them though, and they are very beautiful. But you know, 15 years in Lincoln Park, about half of that was spent in this neighborhood. So about 7.5 years in Lincoln Park. Guys, the borders of the neighborhood, I would say on the east side is the Lakeshore. On the west side, it is technically Damon, I believe, or the Kennedy. And on the north side, it's Diversey Avenue, and on the south side, it's North Avenue. So we are turning onto one of the ritziest streets here in the neighborhood, Burling Street. It's over here on South Lincoln Park. And the first place I want to highlight is this 6-bed, 9-bath, 25,000 square foot home. It was built in 2010, and after 6 years of the owners in there, it was sold just recently for $15.2 million, and it's right here on the right hand side. Now, something interesting about this home is that it's actually owned, or was owned, by the sister of the governor of Illinois, Penny Pritzker. It sits on 4 city lots, and ooh, they have the gates open. I mean, it is just a beautiful home, guys. It has got this very Italian-esque architecture to it, and at 25,000 square feet, I would say it's pretty big for everyone. Now, interestingly enough, after only living there for 6 years, Penny Pritzker decided to put it on the market for $50 million. It sat on the market from 2016 up until 2024, so 8 years. It was on again, off again, on again, off again. And after several years and price reductions, they came down from originally $50 million in 2016 to $15.2 million in 2024, and it just sold, so it has a new owner. As you can see, these are multi-million-dollar homes on Burling Street. And look, I mean, there's even a Cybertruck in the neighborhood, so if you can afford a Cybertruck, I think you can afford living on Burling Street, guys. So I want to... all of these that we're looking at right now, these are all single-family homes, and they're massive, guys. So for the single-family home market, okay, the median sale price as of May of 2024 is $1.86 million. Wow, look at this one on the right-hand side, guys. That is a new construction, and I just love the Spanish like arches in the front. They're really cool. $1.86 million, and that is actually about a 3% increase from 2023, about 12 months ago. Look at this. This has got to be at least 3 citywides, possibly 4. That is a massive home, guys. And you can only imagine, you know, how much is the electrical bill? How much is your gas bill every month? Now, there are other housing options. You don't have to do a single family home. You can do a condo or also a townhome, but I never owned in Lincoln Park. I have only rented, and we are going to go see my second rental. Now, my second rental was really the first time I've ever lived alone in Chicago by myself. And up until then, I just had roommates, or I was living with friends, you know. And it was pretty cool, but that's also when COVID hit. So I had just a couple months of getting my, you know, getting used to living on my own, and then boom, COVID hit. The neighborhood is known for having a couple little areas of commerce, and we're right now on Armitage Avenue in Sheffield. And honestly, guys, just look around. You have cute little bagel spots, cute little coffee shops. They redid that Starbucks, so it actually never used to look like that. And there's just a lot of, you know, cute bars, neighborhood bars, college bars. I mean, I really enjoyed living here, and I think if you're thinking of coming and buying in Lincoln Park, I think you're gonna have so many options for dining, for eating, for drinking, for going out, for nightlife. And then, you know, it's very bicycle friendly too. We are out here on Clybourne Avenue. It's one of my favorite thoroughways in the neighborhood, mainly because I used to live on Clybourne, and I'll show you my apartment just up the road here. It was rented from 2019 to 2021. So that means this is the apartment I took the worst portions of COVID in. And it was a 1-bed, 1-bath plus den. And if you haven't figured it out, I have a history of renting apartments with a den for a home office. And it was going for $15.25. No parking, no washer dryer, no amenities in the building. It was a very old building, and my landlord said, I believe he told me a couple times, it used to be his family home when he lived in Chicago, and he also went to DePaul, and the neighborhood schools over here too. It's over here on the left-hand side, but before we get there, guys, on the right-hand side, we got Pequod's Pizza, some of Chicago's best pizza. You gotta try it. All right, so it's actually this blue building right here, and it's right next to this bar called Kibitz Nest. Now, this is where I took this, guys, it's where I spent most of COVID when I was working from home, and it was my first apartment, so it was very isolating, and I was just getting used to it. But there are some updates to the building. As you can see, they have restored the garage, and parking is available now. I actually used to keep my Honda Gram there for a little bit. And originally, I rented this apartment because over here, there was, it used to be called Webster Place Athletic Club. And it's right over here. There's also a movie theater here, but Webster Place Athletic Club closed about 6 days unannounced before my move-in, and I was just so excited to be instantly having a gym in my backyard, like my gym with all of my equipment and my trainer and all of that jazz. But they closed, so I was like, well, that was the only reason I moved over here, guys. So we're now in Heartland Park. Heartland Park is another little micro section of the bigger Lincoln Park, and we're here to talk about townhomes. You can see this is a beautiful little neighborhood, and it's not that big. I can show you the whole thing pretty quickly. And I believe when it was developed, they put in this stamped concrete here, so it looks like a brick paved road, but it's actually just it's basically just concrete with a little bit of lipstick on it, guys. But anyways, these townhomes over here, they are beautiful, and honestly, I just love this little neighborhood of Lincoln Park. These are all pretty new too, you know, so townhomes are going to give you a lot more space. They're going to give you a private garage, and townhomes, they are currently having a median price of $917,000. That's a pretty big jump, but you know, if you can't afford a single family home, the median price for those was $1.86 million. At nearly half of that, you can live in one of these beautiful townhomes, and the median price again, $917,000. Now, from a year ago, that price is actually up 16%. So these townhomes, they're appreciating pretty well, if you ask me. If you're not going to do a single family home or a townhome, you can do a beautiful condo. And I'm actually showing you this building at 1735 West Diversey because, guys, this is a building I thought I was going to buy in. Now, the median condo price in Lincoln Park right now, it's a little high still. It's $584. That's the median price. Obviously, it's about half the cost of those $917,000 townhomes. But honestly, I like these condos a lot, and the condo appreciation, I should say, the $584 median price is up 14% from 2023, a year ago. So even though these are condos, they are appreciating shockingly well. I ultimately changed my mind, and I did not buy in this building because I was really looking for a home, a unit in this building that was 2-bed, 2-bath on a higher floor with garage parking for my motorcycle, guys, my little scooters, my Gram. And the one downside to this building is a lot of the units come with parking back here. Now it is gated, and a lot of them are actually tandem, so you can fit 2 cars, one in front of the other. But guys, I've parked my car in Chicago for, let's say, I've owned vehicles in Chicago for 8 years now, and I've always been forced to park on the street. And I knew when I wanted to buy, I wanted a garage spot. So I didn't see the right, Goldilocks unit in this building, and I ended up buying somewhere else. This little area over here on Lakewood Avenue we're about to ride down, you're gonna see these historic railroads that go right down the street. Now at the end of the block there actually used to be a candy factory, and it was in business for, I would say, 85 years or 83 years. I'd have to look that up, but I call this street Candyland because there used to be a candy factory, and as you can see, living in these homes would be pretty sweet, guys. I will say though, the trees are not that mature, so they're pretty young trees, but they will eventually blossom into these beautiful maple and oak trees in the neighborhood. And just a little bit on the next block over here, also on Lakewood, hold on, they have this beautiful new development. Now I'm not sure what the style is going to be, but it does look like it's going to be a little bit more of the contemporary style, so I'll definitely be keeping an eye on that. Hi doggies. I got a new construction home going up. Now guys, we're on the way to my little, how should I say, if I was in the market, this is what I would be in the market for. I've actually seen 2 homes over here recently. They were both for sale, both had open houses that I went to, and I was just so in love with it. I don't know why. So we're over here at 1300 West Altgeld, and this is actually the condo building I am kind of interested in, guys. I saw 2 units in here, both were 1 bed and 1.5 baths, and the first unit was going for $400,000. I'll show you the front. It was going for $400,000, and it was under contract like that. And then the second one, guys, was under contract. I went to the open house. When I walked into the open house, the agent let me know, we already have an offer. We're going to do final and best tonight. And that one was listed at $450,000, and it hasn't. I think they got their full asking price, guys. It's right here, 1300 West Altgeld. The building is called Altgeld Court, and while they are classified as condos, they actually live a lot more like single-family homes, because each person will have 2 stories, and some of them have garages, but I guess that's why they classify as condos, because not everyone has a garage, but a handful of them do, and I can only assume those are the more expensive ones as well. Right now in the Lincoln Park market, the list to sale price is 99%. So that basically means if we're listing a unit, let's say we're listing it at $500,000, there is a 99% sale price. So you are going to basically get 100% of the list price, your asking price that you're asking for. You know, the average home right now for sale in Lincoln Park is only on the market for 45 days, which is down 5 days, guys. In 2023, the average time on the market was 50 days. It has since gone down by 5 days to 45 days. And whatever you're listing your home at, whether you're going to go see a condo, a single family home, a townhome, you need to be prepared to make an offer at the full asking price, because they're, you know, the list to sale price ratio right now is 99%, so that's pretty high. There is very little room for negotiation in the Lincoln Park neighborhood. I think at the end of the day, guys, people just really like the neighborhood. It's got a lot of transit options. The red line, the brown line, and the purple line all service the neighborhood. There's a good mix of single-family homes available, townhomes, condos, even rentals, you know, right here. That's a rental building. And I think people just really like the nightlife, you know. It's got a lot of charm being the historical neighborhood it is. But anyways, guys, that is it for today. You have gone ahead, you have seen some really nice houses on this tour, honestly. But that's where we end the vlog today. I need to go get gas. I'm running out of gas. I like to have a full tank, and we're currently at only half a tank right now. But anyways, let me know if you guys have any comments or questions, and don't forget to comment on the video, like the video, please. And if you guys like these kinds of videos, you know, we're just riding around the neighborhood talking about the real estate, think about subscribing, guys. Anyways, peace.